Is building an AI catalog worth your time? For many creatives in the music industry, such as artists, songwriters, publishers, labels, etc., their goal isn't just to create art and generate royalties in the present, but also to build a catalog that can sustain them for many years to come, or to potentially sell for a large lump sum that they could live off of for the rest of their lives, or invest in a new project that they're passionate about. So how does this tie back into AI? Because a lot of people out there seem to be excited about the possibility of creating an AI-generated catalog and making some quick money off of it, but I don't think that it's a wise business move. If you don't already know, you don't own a copyright and you won't own a copyright in anything that was generated by AI that's contained in that music. So if you wrote the lyrics, but you use software to generate the music and the voice, then you do own a copyright in those lyrics, but you don't own a copyright in any of the master recording. If you wrote the lyrics and you sang, but you generated the track with AI, then you would own a copyright in your vocal portion and the lyrics, but you wouldn't own a copyright in the underlying master track, etc., etc. You see how this works. So why do I say that it's not a wise business model? Because you're not going to have a full copyright in a lot of those works. Some of them you might not have at all if they're completely AI generated, and that could definitely hinder you down the road when it comes to money-making opportunities or being able to leverage your catalog for a sale. It's unlikely that anyone's going to want to buy an AI-generated catalog off of you because of the lack of copyright protection. You may be saying, well, what if I have a hit song with AI? I hear you, but here's the problem. You may have a hit song and it may generate you a decent amount of money in the interim, but in the long term, you won't have copyright protection on at least certain elements of that track, and other people are going to be able to rip you off and you're not going to have any recourse. This example that I think is probably the most common in this current state, which is people writing their own lyrics and then putting it into a software to generate the vocals and the music underlying. Like I said, you own the copyright in the lyrics that you wrote, but you don't own the copyright in anything that was AI generated. So if the track and the vocals and everything in there musically was generated by AI, you don't have a copyright claim to any of that master. And that's a problem for you for one specific reason. Because a person can take your lyrics and put them into the same program, generate the same vocals and the same track, but as long as it's technically a different master recording, they could just say that it's a cover song. And you don't even have copyright protection in the original master, so you can't even try to claim that they used part of your master in their new master. So it creates a wild west of people being able to rip each other off and no one truly having protection over their work, which is a big problem if your goal is to build a long-term catalog and an investment over time. So if you're an artist, if you're a creative person, would highly recommend creating copyright protected music, and then you can leverage it down the road for various sales, revenue streams, etc. It's going to be a lot more lucrative for you. I'm the Music Law Guy. I got your back for all things music business. Be sure to follow for more great advice.